It's really cool. Welcome back to MMA Prophecy. This week we got a big fight card. We got UFC 274, Oliveira versus Gaethje. Let's check it out. Our first fight of the night, kicking off the early prelims. In the men's bantamweight division, we got Journey Newson versus FERNIE GARCIA. Let's take a look at Journey Newson. He's 33 years old now, 9 wins, 3 losses, 3 knockouts, 3 submissions. So hey, he's a finisher at times. Third UFC fight now. He's yet to get a win in the UFC. He's got quite a big build, man. He's explosive, he drops his hands at times, but he looks for the KO punch. He's a tough fighter. Let's take a look at his opponent. FERNIE GARCIA, 30 years old, 10 wins, only 1 loss, 1 knockout, 3 submissions. More of a distance fighter. He's on a good run at the minute, coming off the Dana White's Contender Series. He won that fight. This is his UFC debut. He has a 2-inch height advantage. He throws his hands... he holds his hands low when he's throwing, sorry. Dude can grapple. He's an okay striker. 0 striking defense, I think. Needs improvement there. But he's got a bit of BJJ to back it up. Good fight to start the card. Bit of a risky pick. But I'm going to take FERNIE GARCIA to get the dub. Moving on to our second fight of the night. Over to the women's strawweight division. We've got Ariane Carnelossi versus Lupi Godinez. I don't know why I got tongue-tied there. Taking a look at Ariane. 29 years old, 14 wins, 2 losses, 9 knockouts, 2 subs. Doesn't like going the distance. Likes to get in there and get the job done. Good striker, man. She stays calm. She does hold her chin up a little bit. But she's got some powerful hands. Decent grappling. Lacks a bit of variety on the feet. Just tends to throw punches a bit. Needs to mix it up a little. But decent. Looking at our opponent, Lupi Godinez. 28 years old. 7 wins, 2 losses, 1 knockout, 1 submission. Bit more of a distance fighter here. She's got a fair bit of UFC experience now. 4 fights in the UFC. Nice right hand. Pretty good, well rounded to be fair. Some nice combos, strong grappler. And she shows her heart in there, man. Really good matchup, I like this one. But I'm going to take Lupi Godinez to get that dub. Next up, back over to the men's flyweight division. We've got Kleydson Rodriguez versus CJ Vergara. Let's take a look at Kleydson Rodriguez. 26 years old, man. Pretty young dude. 8 fights in total. 7 wins, 1 loss. 4 knockouts, 1 submission. Doesn't like going the distance. Likes to get the job done. He's also coming off a Dana White's Contender Series. He won his fight in there. He's got some good grappling, but it does need some improvement. He's a good striker. Nice spinning heel kick to the body, man. He throws it out of nowhere and it is quick. And it lands heavy. He also throws pretty heavy. Mixes up the strikes, man. Decent fighter. Now his opponent, CJ Vergara. 30 years old. 9 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw. 6 knockouts. He's got some nice striking. Really good check hook. I like it. But he leads him with his head. He needs to mix it up a bit more with his striking. But yo, he can grapple. But he's more of a striker. He wants to throw hands. Another really good matchup. Liking it. Interesting fight, but I'm going to go with CJ Vergara to get a win. Staying in the flyweight division, but over to the women's. We've got Tracy Cortez versus Melissa Gatto. Let's take a look at Cortez. 28 years old, 9 wins, 1 loss, 1 knockout, 1 submission. She came from Dana White's Contender Series. She won that. She's had 3 fights in the UFC since. She's won all 3 of those. I don't know about you lot, but to me it seems like Tracy's been around for a while now. Like, she's got some really good ground game, really good BJJ, good ground and pound, man. But she's only got an okayish stand up, I'll say. It is improving, but it needs a little bit more improvement if she's to make it up these rankings the way she wants to. And it's not really a biggish thing, but I keep an eye on it. I'm watching Tracy Cortez's cardio a little. I want to see how it goes. Now looking at Tracy's opponent, Melissa Gatto, 26 years old, 8 wins, no losses but 2 draws, 2 knockouts, 4 submissions. Likes to get the job done. She's had 2 UFC fights so far, undefeated in both, so we've got 2 undefeated UFC fighters. Gatto's got a 4-inch reach advantage. She's a good striker, really nice 1-2, good grappler. She needs a bit more improvement off her back, but she's got heart, man. and she's also got a bit of BJJ. So it'd be interesting in this. This is a really good matchup. I'm looking forward to this fight. If it stays on the feet, I got Melissa Gatto all day. If it goes to the ground, it gets a bit more tricky there. I do think in the end, Gatto's able to get the win here. Underdog in this one as well. But yeah, she's got to stop Tracy's wrestling if she's got any chance of winning this fight. I believe she can. That's the pick, Melissa Gatto to get a win. Next fight's in the men's welterweight division. We've got Andre Fialho versus Cameron VanCamp. Let's take a look at Andre Fialho. 28 years old, 15 wins, 4 losses, 12 knockouts, 1 submission. This dude likes to get the knockout. And I'm not surprised, he's got some heavy ass hands. Let's take a look. Powerful hands, good counter punches. He will explode at times, but he doesn't really get reckless when he does. But he's open for a shot because he's, you know, exploding. Okay grappler, more of a striker to be honest, but he's tough. And yo, like I said, he's got that knockout power. His opponent in this one, Cameron VanCamp, 29 years old, 15 wins, 5 losses, 1 draw, 4 knockouts, 9 submissions. Also likes to look for the finish. He's making his UFC debut. Not fought the best opposition, I don't think. Watching the fights back, to me, he's already levels ahead of the people he's fighting. It's almost like just fun for him in there. But yo, saying all that, he's got an okay stand-up game. He mixes it up on the feet quite well with the kicks and the elbows. He's got okay grappling. It's not like the greatest, but he'll roll. And he's got some BJJ there. Quite dangerous with the BJJ, to be fair. But like I said, that's due to, I think, finding inexperienced fighters. Good fight. Man, he's got a hard welcome to the UFC. And I'm taking Andre Fialho to get the win over Cameron. And yeah, like I said, give him that bit of a rough welcome. Last fight on the early prelims in the men's heavyweight division. We've got Blagoy Ivanov versus Marcos Rogerio de Lima. Let's take a look at Blagoy Ivanov. 35 years old, 18 wins, 4 losses, 6 knockouts, 6 submissions. Not really a distance fighter. Has lost his last 2 in the UFC, so this is kind of a must win. He's got a big left hand, solid grappler, really good in the clinch. And he's got that BJJ. Solid chin, man. He ate some big shots off of Derek Lewis like it was nothing. Do question his cardio a little bit. But that's natural with the heavyweights. And yo, he's a big dude. So, yeah. His opponent, Marcos Rogerio de Lima. 36 years old. 19 wins, 8 losses, 1 draw. 13 knockouts, 3 submissions. Likes a knockout, man. He's won his last 2 in the UFC, so he's on a bit of a better run right now, a bit less pressure. De Lima's got a slight height, and he's got a reach advantage in this. Big power. Fast hands for a heavyweight, man. He mixes up the strikes well as well for knees, elbows, punches, kicks. Like, I'm impressed. He's a good grappler. Nasty ground and pound. But yo, considering he's fighting out Brazil, I question this dude's BJJ. He's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, like I see opportunities where he could go for a sub and he doesn't, and he's also been submitted 6 times, like that's a worry. Saying all that, not really worried about Ivanov's BJJ too much, even though he does have some. I'm gonna take Marcos Rogerio de Lima to get a win. Now we're on to the prelims and kicking it off in the men's flyweight division. We've got Brandon Royval versus Matt Schnell. Let's take a look at Brandon Royval. 29 years old, 13 wins, 6 losses, 3 knockouts, 8 submissions. That's crazy considering this guy loves to fight on the feet, man. Like, if you didn't look at his submission record, you'd think he was a stand-up type fighter. He does go to the ground in his fights and he does threaten them submissions, but yo, Royval's a dog. He's a good grappler, like I said. He's got some good BJJ, but he's stand-up. Yo, really good striking, man. Mixes it up well. Throws everything at you. He's fast, but he gets hit when he's going in. I don't know what it is. Like, he always drops his hands and he gets caught with a check left or a check right hook or counter jab or something. He gets caught going in. His cardio is ridiculous. And yo, he's a volume striker, man. I'm impressed with Brandon. Looking at his opponent, Matt Schnell, 32 years old, 15 wins, 5 losses, 2 knockouts, 8 submissions himself. He had a lot of UFC fights, man. Not a bad run either. He's got a slight reach advantage in this one. Schnell throws really nice counters. He's got fast hands as well, man. Mixes up the strikes as well. Like, he doesn't just stay with the boxing. He's a really good grappler. Like I said, he's got some solid BJJ. Royval's got BJJ, but I don't know if he wants to roll with Schnell. It'd be interesting to see, to be fair. They might be pretty even. This is a really interesting fight. Now, my first thoughts looking at this, yep, Brandon Royval. I can see him winning this. Actually going a bit more in depth in it and analysing this. Oof. I can see Matt Schnell catching him, you know. I think Royval's going to get too excited as he does. Puts the pressure on as always. And when he gets wild as he does and swings at Matt Schnell, I can see Schnell catching him with a counter. And Royval gets dropped. He's hard to knock out and put away. But he gets dropped, man. So, yo. I'm going to take my chances. Risky pick. Be careful if you're betting it. Even. But I'm going with Matt Schnell to get a win. Possibly a surprise knockout or TKO. Knockout or submission. But yeah. Matt Schnell to get a win. Can't even talk right now. Over to the women's featherweight division. We got MACY CHIASSON versus NORMA DUMONT. Let's take a look at MACY CHIASSON. She's 30 years old now. 8 wins, only 2 losses, with 3 knockouts and 2 submissions. She lost her last fight to Pennington by submission, no man. A lot of people thought she was going to win that fight, myself included. CHIASSON's a good striker. She's got really good Muay Thai, man. Probably some of the best in her division, like. But it's too obvious when she wants to use it sometimes. If she can't get you in the clinch to win, she has a boring stand-up fight or just puts them against a cage and holds them. Anyway, she does have some power in her hands. She's got a height and reach advantage in this and in that most of her fights. But she's not got the best ground game. And I question CHIASSON's cardio a little bit. Starting to just question her as a fighter, to be fair. How much does she really want to do this? But yeah. Looking at her opponent, NORMA DUMONT. 31 years old. 7 wins, 1 loss, 2 submissions. More of a distance fighter. She's on a 3-1 fight win streak. Last fight beating Aspen Ladd and Felicia Spencer before that. 2 pretty big names in the division. What can we say about DUMONT? She's strong in the clinch. She's a good striker, man. She's got some nice combos and some good counters. She mixes it up on the feet. She doesn't really stay doing the same thing. But she leans back with her chin up when avoiding strikes. And she's a good grappler. Pretty good, but you can tell she's not been fighting for the longest. She's been training since she was like 15, but her professional career isn't that long, really. But the improvement she's making from fight to fight is incredible. Like, I'm really impressed with NORMA. And this fight, all honesty, guys, a bit biased. I've lost all faith in CHIASSON, so I'm just going for NORMA DUMONT to get the win. But I also do think she's the better fighter. She's got more to offer in the stand-up, and she could also throw in the ground game if she needs to. So that's going to be my pick, NORMA DUMONT, to get a win. But she can get caught. She has been knocked out and finished. But only once. But yeah. Next fight's in the men's welterweight division. We've got Francisco Trinaldo versus Danny Roberts. Let's take a look at Francisco Trinaldo. 43 years old now. Really getting on. 27 years old, 8 losses. Let me just restart all of this. He's 43 years old, 27 wins, 8 losses, 9 knockouts, 5 submissions. Trinaldo is a dog, man. Well, he's not really a dog, but he's just a beast in the octagon. He's walking his opponent down. He's not really taking a back step unless he gets hit himself. But yeah, he's got a height disadvantage in this one. He's fought some big names as well. Aggressive style, strong grappler, heavy hands. He does get wild, like I said, because he looks for that big shot. But he mixes up his striking. But yo, question my man's cardio because of his fighting style. And on top of that, he's now 43. He's also got a crazy physique. Looking at his opponent, Danny Roberts, 34 years old. 18 wins, 5 losses, 8 knockouts, 5 submissions. He's won his last 2 in the UFC, man. He's got a little roll going on here. Roberts, he's got a slight height advantage in this by 2 inches, and he's got a reach advantage by 4 inches. He's got some good counters. He gets hit when he's throwing though, like pretty bad. He's got a good check right out on the counter, and he's tough and he shows heart. He's an okay grappler. Yeah, right. He's durable, but I question his chin. He gets dropped a lot. He has been knocked out, but he can take a hit, man. It's weird. But yeah, man. He's got some dangerous hand, Roberts. He's got a bit of knockout power as well. Not going to be an easy fight for TRINALDO, but I can see him getting the job done fairly comfortably. I kind of just see him rushing Danny Roberts, to be fair. But yeah. Bit of a weird one, but that's going to be my pick in this one. Francisco TRINALDO to get a win. Time for the feature prelim bout in the welterweight division. We've got Randy Brown versus Chaos Williams. Let's take a look at Randy Brown. 31 years old, 14 wins, 4 losses, 6 knockouts, 5 submissions. Doesn't like going the distance, but he did in his last fight. He had a unanimous decision win. Brown's got a 3-inch height advantage in this. He's a dangerous striker. Good kicks, man, really good kicks. He's got some good counters too. He has some power. His grappling's okay as well, but he needs a bit of improvement there. But yeah, man, I'm pretty impressed with Brown. Looking at his opponent, Chaos Williams, 28 years old, 13 wins, 2 losses, 7 knockouts, 1 submission. Another fighter who doesn't really like going the distance. Williams has some heavy hands, mate. Chaos being his name suits him. He's explosive, dangerous knockout power. He gets wild, but he's alright there, to be fair, on a stand-up. He's got some good grappling as well, but he's a stand-up fighter. He fades a little later in the fight just because he's like quite a big build. Yeah, man, you do not want to get hit by Chaos Williams, especially if it's one of them ones you don't see coming, because it's going to put your lights out. Really, really hard fight to pick this one. It took me a while, because I really do like Brown, but I just can't overlook Chaos Williams' threat. Like, this guy's so dangerous, and he's tough, man. So yeah, I'm gonna roll with that. Chaos Williams to get a win. Now we're on to the main card, and kicking it off is a big one in the men's lightweight division. We've got Donald Cerrone versus Joe Lauzon. What? Let's take a look at the cowboy. 39 years old now, 36 wins, 16 losses, 10 knockouts, 17 submissions. Cowboy's really not on a good run now, man. He's not had a win in over 5 fights. Kind of needs this one. Cowboy's a veteran in the game. Solid boxing. Mixes up the strikes. You know, he's got some really good kicks. Good question mark kick. He's tough. His durability's starting to let him down a bit now, I think. There's only so much you can take, and he's been in some wars. Cowboy's got a chin, man. He's a solid grappler, a solid BJJ. What's not to love about the cowboy? Taking a look at his opponent. He's been gone for a minute, now he's back. Joe Lauzon, 37 years old now, 28 wins, 16 losses, 9 knockouts, 17 submissions. He hasn't competed since 2019. So he's been out for a minute now. 3 years at the octagon, has he still got it? Only can wait and see. He's got a slight height and reach disadvantage in this one. Lauzon's a solid grappler, man, like really good. He's got dangerous BJJ, not someone you want to roll with. Lauzon's a dog. You know, if he can't get it to the ground, he's down to strike. He'll throw hands. I question his conditioning a bit though, like his durability and that. It's been a while since we've seen him fight, and since then he's aged a bit. So, 2 guys that are veterans of the octagon, both been in some wars, both coming to the end of their career. Nice matchup, man. I didn't know who to pick in this because I'm such a big fan of Cowboy, and like Lauzon's been out for so long, but I'm gonna take the risk. I'm gonna go with it. I'm picking Joe Lauzon to get a win by submission. I can see it happening. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't want to pick either fight, to be fair. It's a fight that's horrible to pick on, but I have to. So I'm gonna pick Joe Lauzon to get a win. Another fight throwing back the years a little bit. In the men's light heavyweight division, we've got Mauricio Rua versus OVINCE St. PREUX. Let's take a look at Mauricio Rua, 40 years old now. 27 wins, 12 losses, 1 draw, 21 knockouts. Say that again, 21 knockouts, 1 submission. He's not fought in 2 years now. I don't need to say much about Rua. He's a veteran in the game. Heavy hands, experience through the roof, dangerous in the clinch, nasty Muay Thai, nasty ground and pound. Beast, man. Not the same guy as he was, obviously. He's getting on a bit now, but yo, he won't lose his skill. Pretty sure he's still got the power as well. Still a dangerous guy. Taking a look at his opponent, OVINCE St. PREUX. 39 years old, getting on himself now. 25 wins, 16 losses, 13 knockouts, 7 submissions. Has lost his last 2. Kind of needs this one. OSP's got a 4-inch reach advantage in this one. Slight height advantage, nothing mad though. OSP's a great striker. Mixes it up, but he's not great. I won't say that. He's not like on the level of Anderson Silva, Adesanya and stuff. But he's good, man. He mixes it up. He's got some nice kicks. Dangerous Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And he's got knockout power. Like, yo, if he gets you another one flu choke, just say goodbye. Night, tap instantly. Needs to be renamed to the OSP choke or the St. PREUX choke. But yo, I was going to pick Rua in this one, you know. I could see Rua getting a knockout. And I still can see Rua getting a knockout. Because OSP's chin's fading on him a bit now. But OSP's probably the more well-rounded MMA fighter right now in their career. So I'm going to go with OSP to get the win. But stay away from it betting wise. Because Rua could get the knockout. St. PREUX could get a submission. I don't know where this is going. But OSP to get a win. Next up, the fight is in the men's lightweight division. I don't ever say this, but this is the co-main event. Because it's that big. We got Michael Chandler versus Tony Ferguson. Let's take a look at Michael Chandler. 36 years old. 22 wins, 7 losses. 10 knockouts, 7 submissions. Another fighter that don't really want to go the distance, but he has done. He lost his last 2 in UFC now, which is mad, because he come in with a bang. So he kind of needs this. If you don't know Chandler, he's a really strong wrestler. Chain wrestling's mad. Solid grappling. Heavy hands. He's got that knockout power, man. He's tough. He's got heart. He's shown that in that Gaethje fight. He's got a solid chin. Even though he got knocked out by Oliveira, he has got a chin on him. Shown that in the Gaethje fight. He's small, compact, and strong. One of them guys. But yo, I question Michael's cardio a little. But it don't really affect him because he's got a heart that overrides that. But yo, let's take a look at his opponent, Tony Ferguson. El Cucui's 38 now. 26 wins, 6 losses, 12 knockouts, 9 submissions. He's on a 3-fight losing skid. But yo, you can't overlook Ferguson even saying that. He's a veteran in the game, an unorthodox striker, solid striker at that. Mixes it up like mad. Ferguson's got heart, man. He's tough. Solid ground game. You know, he's got dangerous jiu-jitsu. Not someone you're going to roll with. Yeah, man. This is a weird fight. Again, when I first heard it announced, I'm like, yo, I got Tony Ferguson all the way. But, man, I think I'm remembering the Tony of old. I just don't think he's the same guy he was. As much as he's trying to show that he's focused, he's found that new energy and drive, I just don't know. I really don't. Chandler's a solid wrestler and he's got some power. Ugh. This is probably going the distance. Risky fight. Horrible to pick it. I didn't want to. But I'm gonna go with Michael Chandler to get a win. And it kills me to say that. Our next fight, the co-main event in the women's strawweight division for the women's strawweight championship. We've got Rose Namajunas versus CARLA ESPARZA. Let's take a look at Rose. Fug Rose. 29 years old now. 12 wins, 4 losses. 2 knockouts, 6 submissions. She can get the finish in her fights, but she's more likely to go the distance because she's kind of a outwork her opponent volume type fighter. Namajunas is an elite striker. I don't throw that word around lightly. You won't find that in many of my videos, but she is an elite striker. Good grappler. She's got the BJJ, even though she don't go on the ground much. She's got like the snappy power behind her. She's not someone who's got knockout power just with one punch, but it's little snappy ones that you don't see coming, and they knock you out, they catch you. Like I said, Rose is a volume striker. She mixes it up with everything. Question mark kicks, elbows, whatever, front kicks, it's coming. She's tough, she's got heart, and she's got great conditioning. Even though she does fade in the fight a little. Saying all that, let's take a look at CARLA ESPARZA. CARLA's 34 years old now, 19 wins, 6 losses, 4 knockouts, 4 submissions. She's more of a distance fighter, let's be real. Yo, CARLA's on a good run right now. I know she's won her last 5. She's given up 4 inches in height in this one, and only a 2-inch reach disadvantage, nothing major. Which is mad considering how tall Rose is compared to her. ESPARZA's a solid grappler. Don't want to go on the ground with her on your back, it's hard to get up. She's an okay striker. She does hit kind of hardish though, we'll give her that. And she's tough as well, she also shows heart. I said slight size disadvantage in this one, but she's got some BJJ if she needs it. And she's got some good ground and pound. Yeah, more of a ground fighter, but will stand up and trade with you if she can't take you down. This is the rematch of the Ultimate Fighter final, when Rose actually lost to CARLA ESPARZA. I think it was a guillotine, was it? Was it rear naked choke? I can't actually remember. But yeah, God, the rematch, first time round. At the beginning of their UFC careers, CARLA managed to get the edge over Rose. Let's see if she can do it this time. I personally think no. I can see it has been a fairly easy day at the office for Namajunas. As long as she can avoid the wrestling, she should get this one. But if ESPARZA starts taking her down round after round, gets interesting. But that's going to be the pick, Rose Namajunas, to get the win. Pretty confident. Now it's time for the main event in the men's lightweight division. The fight this card was built around for the men's lightweight championship. We've got Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje. Let's take a look at Charles the Bronx Oliveira. 32 years old. 32 wins. 8 losses. 9 knockouts. 20 submissions. 20 submissions, bro. That's madness. Crazy fight. Win streak right now. Well over 5 fights. Can't actually remember what he's on. My bad. Oliveira's a solid striker, man. He's got some good counters, powerful hands, fast hands, but his whole game changes when it goes to the ground. This guy is ridiculous when it comes to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Super dangerous. Don't want to roll with him. You know you're in trouble. Top of that, my man's got crazy conditioning. Amazing heart. Like, he's tough. Yeah, man. He's the champ for a reason. But taking a look at his opponent in this, he's going to give him hell. Justin the Highlight Gaethje, 33 years old, 23 wins, 19 knockouts, 19, 1 submission. Another guy I don't really like going the distance, even though he's been in some crazy wars, and we love it when he goes the distance because it's always mad entertaining to watch. Gaethje's a dangerous striker, probably one of the most dangerous in his division, probably got the best left hand in his division, if not one of the best left hands in the UFC. And his left, not his left, sorry, his lead leg kick. Oh my god. Like, he tears up the leg kicks. It's mad. Justin's a solid wrestler, but he doesn't use it and doesn't really show it because it's not his style. But he's got a chin of stone. Really hard to put away. And great conditioning. Really good cardio. And when his cardio does fail him a bit and he starts to fade, his heart just overpowers it, man. Oh my days, what a fight we got here. Not entirely sure who I was going to pick in this one, man, because Charles Oliveira is too dangerous. But I can see Justin Gaethje snuffing the takedowns. The only thing I worry is when he snuffs it, he might get caught in a choke. But, yo, that just leaves a stand-up fight. And if it's a stand-up fight, I am choosing Justin Gaethje over most people. Dude's a beast. I just feel like it's his time now. He's had his chances to fight for the belt, won the interim, lost the actual championship fight against Khabib. I just feel like this is it. This is his time. That's going to be the pick, man. Justin Gaethje to get a win. maybe a knockout. But I'll just go for Gaethje for the win for now. If you've made it to the end of the video, as usual, man, big up yourself. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Please like the video if you enjoyed this one. Lets me know you guys want to see more. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Hit that notification bell because you get notified as soon as we drop the videos and you can see the pics straight away. And yeah, don't be shy. Drop your comments in the comment section, obviously. Drop your pics, man. Let me know who you got. I love hearing you guys' thoughts. Let's all discuss it amongst us. And yo, let's enjoy the fights. Let's hopefully make some money. Rico out.